Hi, everybody. Jim with Four Wheeling, Arkansas, and we are at the Polar Bear Camp Club event in Arkansas, which is third edition. And I am here with Thomas Grant with Grant Brothers Coffee. He was in a video up at Polar Bear in November where we met, and he gave us some coffee to try out, and that stuff is amazing. And so we've been talking a little bit since then, and we got to hook up with you, and we're camped right next door to you and your boys and your wife, and it's been really cool. It's been raining all weekend.
It's been a very rainy weekend.
It's been crazy.
You know, we just got this set up here, and so we've been kind of experiencing and learning a lot here. The tent's been leaking a little bit today. The annex is flooded. The diesel heater quit earlier.
Oh no, so. Your new one? Well, you got to it. Let me grab my hat, dude.
Oh, you're fine.
I took that hat off, and well, got my Grant Brothers coffee here too.
But no, it was the new one. I'm not sure what happened. It took time to reset itself. It's been working great ever since. But we tried to lay the little guy down for a nap and get everyone dried out a little bit and warm again. And
yeah,
I was down by the fire, and Kaylee called me and said, "Hey, tent's leaking." So
oh no.
I was like, I'd literally just sat down, just got comfortable, got the call, or I guess a text, and it was a call.
Yeah.
The second time was a text.
Yeah.
And so I came back up here, and she's like, "Well, the tent quit leaking." I was like, "Well, the diesel heater just shut off."
That ain't good. What
So,
was it? Just
air code said that it overheated. I got about 25 foot of ductwork on there, and I think I had it too wound up and kind of caught the back pressure.
I had heard somebody who told me, because I was trying a couple weeks ago when we were down there in the Washtaws when it was like 11 degrees, and I had Brantley with me, and we had one that came out. I had it on my tire, and it came down, it went up, it was over the top of the awning and in, and it had like 490. They say every time you put a 90 in, it's like adding 10 foot of hose to it.
Yeah, and so I've got a couple bins in there. We threw this trailer together Thursday before we left town on Friday.
Yeah.
I think I bolted the diesel heater in Wednesday, maybe Tuesday.
Right.
But we did everything extremely last minute, just trial and error.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough wiring off the diesel heater to fit the batteries.
Yeah.
To fit to the batteries. So when I got here, I had to unstrap the batteries from their holders, move everything over 1.5 feet. And so it's I've got a lot of notes. I've got a lot of rebuilding I got to do whenever I get back home.
Oh man.
So I was telling you earlier, my drill, I don't have my jack set up yet for the electric, so my drill's dead.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's
Well, do you have
fun.
a charger with you? Because we can charge it. You don't have a charger.
I pulled the battery off the charger and thought it'll be good for the weekend. It's just up and down once.
Yeah.
It made it down. It ain't going to go back up.
Wow. We can hook you up.
Well,
That's what's great about this community and this
It's,
little circle of,
it's
people.
It's crazy. I mean, I just met you guys in November.
I know,
You
yeah.
know, and it's, I mean, I'd consider each and every one of you guys my friends.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been fun this trip. You know, we got ahead of the game. We got with you guys in the group chat ahead of time. We got to plan things out with you guys, really be involved.
Yeah.
And you guys have just been absolutely phenomenal.
Well, and this crew that is here, these guys are just amazing. And I've been hanging out with them for 2 or 3 years, most of them. We've added a few people here and there.
Yeah.
You know, Josh and his wife, they're kind of new.
Yeah, they're super awesome.
You know,
they actually, whenever the diesel heater quit today, they said, "Hey, we got a fire pit in here. Come on over."
Yeah.
So we took everyone over there to get warmed up and dry. And
no, they are super cool. We met them over there on the Big Piney at the Big Rock campsite there, and they were there, and we rolled in, and they were plunking targets, and we're like, "You're our kind of people." So we hung out and all that, and then they came to Polar Bear last month over in Oklahoma with us, and was really excited to see him over there. And got that because it was just Josh and his son-in-law Grant that we met. You know, me and Chris and Amy and Lindsay and all of us. It was just them.
Okay.
They had just had their newborn grandbaby. She was just born, so Josh's wife and daughter and all that, they stayed home. And the boys, they took off and come out, and we met with them, and then they ended up all showing up. Josh and his wife, they came down to Oklahoma.
Okay.
And then they brought the whole family over here, even the grandbaby today. And so, yeah, those super cool people. He actually, while we were in Oklahoma, Josh actually sat down and did a one-take coffee break with me. So, yeah,
I think I watched that one.
Yeah, he is super cool. Yeah,
that's
so
been kind of the fun part. Is I've started following you since we met in November.
Yeah,
and
we were talking about it. It's a funny part. He gave us the coffee, so I said, "Hey, come by the back of the trailer here in a minute." He showed up, and I just stuck a camera in his face.
Yeah, I still had bedhead, hadn't shaved in a couple of days. It's
we
supposed to be
didn't
bald
care.
right now.
Yeah,
and I didn't know what you were wanting to show me. And I turned around and I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I came back out and Kaylee was like, "What was that?" And I was like, "I think I just made YouTube." She was like, "I hope he cuts it."
I didn't cut him. I didn't
You
cut
didn't
any
cut
of
it. It's on there.
No.
Just a whole lot of
Well, he had a pistol on him, but hey, with all honesty, I had one on me too. You know,
You know, and I got
it's
up.
part of it.
I got up at 4:30, 5 o'clock that morning because my diesel heater, my battery died that time.
Yeah.
And I got up real early in the morning. I had the kids all get in bed with Kaylee and share blankets and share warmth. And
Yep.
I just threw on my bibs.
I'm
And
gonna scoot up just a little bit because I'm getting rained on a little bit.
yeah, I'm feeling that arm there.
Yeah.
But had the kids get in bed with Kaylee, and I thought, well, I'll just get the stovetop going and get the heat off the propane. I'll cook some breakfast.
Yeah. There you go.
And it was cold, so
Yeah.
I put my bibs on, and it was dark, so I put my pistol on.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, I mean, I would venture to guess there's not many people running around
I
here.
would
say there's more people who are carrying here, but I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I'm a 2A
at
guy.
all.
I mean, just I am, and you know, sorry.
You know, and yeah, I mean, I'd say if you're out here without a gun, you might be the odd one out.
Well, you know, there have been known in this general area, not right in here, but in this general area, there have been, you know, a couple of people killed by bear attacks and everything
You know,
else.
I was, and of course, coyotes, I've never run across a coyote without trying to, but they always say that they're more scared of you than you are of them.
Yeah,
But I was walking over here to go see another buddy at camp last night, and there was quite a bit of coyote scat between me and him. So
yeah.
it's never a bad thing.
We were over at Woolham, my wife and I and her cousin and her cousin's husband, and we were camped over there at Woolham.
I love
And we were sitting around a campfire, and a damn skunk walked right out. I mean, and literally we were like 10 feet away around a campfire, and he walked right underneath my Jeep, walked out the front, and walked on through the bushes, skunk.
Yep.
10 feet from us. And we're like,
We're wanting to go camp out at Woolham here again, hopefully this spring. We went camping at Woolham once, and it was last May.
Yeah.
And Kaylee she was pregnant. She was big. It was May of 24, should I say?
yeah,
And she was big pregnant. We were leaving Woolham on Saturday, heading back toward Harrison.
yeah.
And I was like, hey, we ought to just cut over to Eureka and go do some hiking for the day, go get some pizza. And we had a big plan, and
Yep.
we left, and I was like, you're pretty close to term. Like, we probably shouldn't be hiking.
Yeah.
You know,
May not be good.
especially in another state.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
insurance don't cover Arkansas, and so
Right.
we passed up on hiking, and we went home that Sunday. And the very next day, I decided I was gonna go trade an old truck I had for Thunderbird.
Mm-hmm.
And so I left work with the trailer on, and I called her, and she was ready to go. So I picked her up, and we got 70 miles from the hospital out to my property, about a mile from my property. And she was like, "You gotta stop! Like, I gotta pee." And I was like, "Little backup here. Every gas station I passed, I was like, 'You need to go pee, I'll stop. You need to go pee, I'll stop. No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine.' We
Yeah.
passed the last gas station. I say, 'This is it. This is the last one. My property's 30 miles from town.
Yeah.
This is the last gas station. If you don't go here,
You're on your own.
hold your peace.'
Yeah,
You know. And so we get out of town, and she's like standing up in my passenger floorboard. I mean, head up and just miserable. She has to go so bad. So I'm hauling butt down this back road, paved but barely, and we're bouncing all over the place, which isn't helping anything. But I'm trying
Right.
to find something.
Yeah.
So I pull off on the dirt road, and I was like, "Well, there's a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I got for you."
Yeah.
And she jumped out of the truck and turned back around. She goes, "Babe, my water just broke, I think."
Oh no.
I was like, "Oh, we're 70 miles from the hospital.
Yeah.
From the hospital, we're 1 mile from my truck."
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, do you think I got time to load this truck up before we gotta go?" And sure enough, I drove down the road, loaded the truck up, tied it down, drove her to the hospital.
Nice.
Next
Right.
day, we had little Raiden. He'll
Yeah.
be 2 in May. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like that should even be happening
So it's
right now.
is it Braden or Caden, the older one?
Caden is the older
Caden.
one, and then Raiden is the younger
Raiden,
one. Yep.
and that's what you named your coffee
And
because
that's the
because
Grant
we didn't
brothers.
say the Grant brothers, right? Because Thomas Grant, but that's kind of what you know. That's kind of cool that you named that
Yeah,
after
it's,
after the deal. So that's very cool.
I want something that they can come up into. That's not, you know,
Yeah.
I've done construction and demolition and mechanicking, and I work on heavy equipment now.
Yeah.
And I've done anything and everything. I've hauled hay as a kid
Something
and picked
to them,
rocks,
yeah.
and I want something for them that's going to leave them in a better
Absolutely.
body whenever they're getting older in life. And
Absolutely.
I think the coffee thing, it's a lot of fun now. I mean, they're too young to be directly involved in it. They don't handle the packaging or the sales,
Yeah.
but they're proud of it, especially Caden. Caden's 8, so he's old
Yeah,
enough to
he
know
gets
what's
it.
going on.
Yeah,
Raiden's
his name's
20
in, his
yeah,
name's on there. Yeah.
He's 22 months old. He just he drills and runs around.
Yeah.
But,
Nope,
but
absolutely.
Caden told me the other day he's got a sign on his desk at school says please buy Grant Brothers Coffee, and it has our website on
That
it.
is awesome.
And we went to go visit one of his friends, and we're friends with her parents as well. And her dad, Dennis, he was like, yeah, so apparently your son's recruited my daughter to help sell coffee at school.
That's awesome.
And he's like, they're selling it for $20 a bag, and you're selling it for $18. So I guess every bag they sell, they get $2.
Well, yeah,
And
absolutely.
you know, it's just it's really cool to, you know, I mean, it's really cool that he's proud of it, and
Yeah.
that means the world to me. And I mean, my day job, I run heavy equipment. I run excavators and skid steers and dozers, and
Yeah,
that's cool too. And
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he has a heyday with that, and
sure.
I hope I know he knows how to run the equipment, and I think that's
Yeah.
awesome. I think that is something that needs to be known, is how to do things on your own.
Oh, yeah.
But I hope that the coffee thing works out, and I pray that the coffee thing works out in such a way where
I don't have to do that.
he can do it to build his own home,
Yeah,
but he doesn't have to do it to pay for his own home.
right.
You know?
No, absolutely.
And that's kind of
Absolutely.
my goal. And you know,
Yeah.
hopefully, in 5-year plan, we want to buy a little piece of property and get some chickens, and want
Nice.
a real big garden. And we want to homeschool the kids, at least the younger kid. The older one will
Yeah.
be about out of school by then.
Yeah, nice.
And we want to homeschool the little guy and just
That's awesome.
take it back 100 years in time when
Gosh,
life was
man,
slower.
Life was good. This
And-
was life out here in the middle of the woods. That
You
was
know,
that was it.
You know, just we just want to take it back, and we want to slow down, and
Yeah.
not to get into politics or anything in the world right now, but it's pretty rough out there.
It's not a good spot.
And I do believe that my children need to know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
They need to be made aware in a way that doesn't hinder their day to day. They don't need to carry the stress and the fear of what's going on in the world.
Right. Yep.
But I also believe that I can build a life for them where it doesn't have to affect them as adults either. You know,
Right.
where if they want to raise their kids on this 10 acres or 20 acres of land, and you know that they want to keep
Yeah.
the tradition going, and you know it's going to be a hobby farm.
Yeah.
You know, the hope is the coffee business will cover life,
Yeah.
where they can have time to go out there and watch the pony run across the pasture with their
Yeah,
kids.
whatever,
you know, or
yeah.
I can go out there and watch it with my grandkids one day,
Yep.
or
Absolutely.
you know, and just let them experience life in a sheltered way, if you will.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, I seen something a while back, and it was a stupid Facebook reel, but it said it's very important for kids to do dangerous things in safe environments. And
You know, because when you look back when I was a kid, you know, everything we did was a dangerous thing in a safe environment.
so I just skipped out on the safe
Sure.
environment part.
As safe as it could be. I mean, it's a crazy world now. But no, I agree. I think we shelter our kids too much. We try
Way too
we
much.
try to we worry about them, and you know, you gotta let them have some
And
experiences.
That's one great thing about camp. I mean, I've seen Caden. He's come and had food and hung
Yeah.
out with us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's able to run. You know,
Yeah.
he little boy up there in the white shirt. Don't even know his name. His mom's name's Jennifer.
Yep.
And she was up there this morning whenever we were serving out coffee, and got talking with her. And I have an 8-year-old son. He's not really big into camping, you know. And we were doing the giveaway a few minutes ago, and he was standing over there, kind of bebopping by himself, and Caden was out there by himself. I was like, Caden. I was like, that little boy right there is 8 years old. I was like, why don't you go ask him to play? No, Dad, he's stupid shy. He's just crazy shy. No, I'm like, come on, he's fine. You know, just go. No, Dad, no, Dad. So I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna force you.
Yeah.
Walked away, back up to the giveaway, turned back around, and that little boy and Caden are running circles around the fire pit.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
He's
and-
having a blast.
Yeah, I mean, it just, and out here, I know everyone from down there to everyone up there.
Yeah.
There's one entrance in here, and I know the people at the entrance.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so Caden he can be a kid. You know, there's no iPads, there's no tablets. I do give him my cell phone
Sure.
to run around and take pictures. Like we talked about
Oh,
earlier.
yeah, yeah.
The coolest thing about camping with your grandson
Yeah.
or the kids
Yeah.
is Monday going back and seeing this camp through their eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, I think that's absolutely phenomenal, and it really adds to it for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I have childhood memories of my camping. We traveled the whole southeast coast camping. I was born in Florida,
Yeah.
and so we traveled up to the Carolinas and whole 9 yards
Yeah. It's
camping.
beautiful down there.
And I think it's stunning. I haven't been since I was 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably younger than that, to be fair.
Yeah.
But you know, and I have memories of that. And my dad can talk about things from that time, but there isn't pictures of that because 35 millimeter film was a thing back then.
Yeah. And everybody took pictures, but they never developed it. Yeah. We know
Exactly.
those things.
Exactly, you know, and so
Yeah.
it's super cool to me to have the pictures. It's super cool to me that you know, we do a lot of our own printing to the coffee business. We print our own labels. We print
okay,
our
I did
own.
not know that.
Yeah, the coffee labels on the bags. I did buy those most recently on the black label for the bold roast. The new roast that I just released, the morning blend, we printed all that at home.
That's awesome.
So we have access to print the pictures. We have access to print all of that stuff. So
You do a lot of cool stuff on social media too. A lot of your branding and stuff like
Yeah,
that. A lot of that's really cool.
I got to give a lot of that to Kaylee.
No, she's
It's
good
it's
too.
something that I think I'm gonna say I kind of forefronted the learning on.
Yeah.
But with my day job and the whole 9 yards, Kaylee takes over the marketing like a pro.
Yeah, you're
You know,
always
I've
saying
kind
good
of taught
stuff.
her like what AI I use, how I describe things, how I use
Okay,
AI.
so you're actually using the AI.
Oh,
for
I
that
use
stuff.
AI for so much. I
Do you?
I will wholeheartedly say I use AI. I actually posted a post in one of the Overland Facebook groups the other night about they did that polar bear being out this weekend. I can't remember what it was about. My coffee, regardless. The coffee page posted it, and someone commented on the post, and just out of nowhere, they said, "What did they say?" It wasn't nice. They actually blocked me, and they said something about you're using an AI image to promote a product on an Overland page. You're not going to get my business, and I'll make sure of it. I'm blocking you after this.
Oh, well.
And I did comment back on the post, and I was like, I can't remember the guy's name now even, but I said, "Hey, sir, Mister," I said his name. I said, "I apologize. You found my post distasteful." I said, "You know, we do have the coffee business, but we are into the overlanding as well." I said, "In November we met several. It was the Arkansas Overland page."
Yeah.
I said, "Back in November we met several people that I now consider my friends in Arkansas, and the overland community at a camp." You know, I said that's why I posted this here. I hope that in the future we can run into each other at a camp out and I can change your mind on my product.
Yeah.
He already blocked me. He never seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so AI
is what it is.
AI has very mixed reviews.
It does.
But I have 2 kids and a full-time job, and I run the
Exactly.
coffee business.
And it is what it is.
If
And
AI
you
is
know
going
what?
to take out a little bit of time where I can enjoy that much more time with my family, I'm going to use AI every
Frankly,
time.
so many people are using AI for that stuff. I don't with my videos. It'd be a lot easier to
Right.
put a video up. It would be so much easier just to plug that in. I don't because it's not teaching me anything. I'm not
Right.
very good at it anyway, and I know that. But if you go back to my first video and look at what it is now, it's night and day difference. And I hope that it's getting better all the time.
Right.
You know, I like them better all the time. I think I'm doing better all the time. But whether I do, you know, it doesn't matter.
And so a lot of our AI that we use is actually in the background.
Yeah.
Like we'll go to, I think Kaylee uses ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And she'll say, I need like a 7-day marketing plan
Yeah.
for your Facebook
Yeah.
business page. And it'll say, hey, on Monday,
Yeah.
make a poll.
Yeah.
On Tuesday,
Yeah.
you know, make a promotion. On Wednesday, do so and so to interact with your
Yeah. Your customers.
clientele, your
Yeah.
customers. And so, like, we do use AI imaging quite a bit. Anything you see that has the Grant Brothers logo, the black bag, that is our product. Those are pictures we took. We may use something to change the background of it,
Yeah.
to put it out here in the woods whenever there's 8-inch snow on the ground and we're sitting in our suburb house in Nixa.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Right.
So, I
yeah.
mean, you know, we do change background stuff like that. Any post you see, we do type out. Whether we use AI afterwards to kind of change the wording or
Yeah,
make it
to clean
sound
it up a
more,
little bit.
you know,
'Cause
take
you
out.
want that stuff to look professional.
You know,
as
and
you can. You know, you're a small business.
And that's another thing is past the professional stage of it. I mean, AI. So, whenever I get on a tangent, like I've been talking for most of this video in the
Yeah,
last few
yeah.
minutes here, you know,
Yeah.
I do the same thing typing. I
Yeah.
type this massive post.
Yeah.
Well, if I can click one button and it takes 3 paragraphs and makes one
Down to a
paragraph,
paragraph
it
that
hits all
somebody
the points,
might actually read.
and you're gonna get more chance of people reading it. You
Exactly.
know, it's
Exactly.
it helps me out.
Yeah.
you
No.
know?
Absolutely.
And so I mean,
And you're always
yeah,
going to have detractors. There'll be people like it and people who don't.
you know, and
It's-
that's
the
part
one
of it,
beautiful
and
thing. You're not going to make everybody happy all the time.
That's it.
You know, and it's just
You know, and yeah, I mean,
but you're not really doing it for those people anyway. You know,
You know,
you're doing it for your
it's-
boys. You're doing it for your
and
family. You're doing
that's it. You know, is
You know,
I mean, there's been naysayers the whole process. There's been times in the coffee business starting up in the first 6 months, I was a naysayer.
oh yeah,
I've never done this. I've worked in the beverage industry a few times. I worked for Coca-Cola and DFA, which makes Starbucks coffee drinks.
right, yeah,
And so, I mean, there's been times that doing this coffee thing, I'm like, man, I'm in over my head. You know, I swing hammers and run machines. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's been a real common. I'm trying to see who's at my tent back there.
I don't know.
Kaylee, is that you?
Yeah,
Okay. What are you looking for?
the sponges.
Funyuns?
Sponges.
I heard Funyuns.
Did you find them?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal.
Dinner's ready also.
Okay,
All right, we'll be right there.
thank you. But yeah, there's been times in this where I was the biggest naysayer. I'm like, man, I screwed up. You know, coffee business. I didn't come into this with a savings or nest. So my paychecks for my day job now
Yeah.
not only pay my living, they pay me for the coffee as well.
Yeah, right.
And so there's been times I've got paid, and 12 hours later, I've got negative balance in the bank, and I'm like, man, I screwed up. Like I have put us in such a bad position by trying to do something that I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I hate that I've been a naysayer, but I've said in about every aspect of my life that I have been my own worst enemy in everything. You know,
I think we are.
if you think I'm a bad dad, you can't hurt my feelings by saying that, because there's been more than once I think I'm a bad
Yeah,
dad.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you think I'm not a good driver. There's times I don't think I'm
No,
a good
right.
driver. You know,
No, and I
so
understand that.
you know, I mean, it is. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, and
Sure.
no one's going to form a worse opinion about me than I have myself.
No, yeah.
You
no,
know,
I agree
so-
with that 100%.
And
for sure.
but whenever I come see like you guys, and it's you guys were a thing before I came into the picture. Like I said, we just met in November. You
Yeah,
guys been doing
yeah.
this for 3-4 years now,
Yeah.
and it's the coffee business for me since day one has been the idea of bringing a community together.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at some point in the future, going back to kind of the buying the farm and doing all that, I want to start like a community garden or
That's cool.
a garden co-op project, if you will,
Yeah.
where you know we can take a raised bed garden to somebody and we can put the compost in it for them,
Yeah.
and then they can have a garden.
Yeah.
And you know, and just I want to be able to do something like that. More recently, we were talking about children, and our younger son's about ready for a new car seat, and I was talking to her the other night, and car seats aren't cheap.
No.
So I was like, hey, what if we started giving car seats to people in need?
Yeah.
You know, that's the coffee business. While I do want it to provide a better life for us, it's not about getting rich.
Sure.
It's not about saying, oh, that's Thomas with Grant Brothers. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
about making an impact that's going to live far beyond me.
Sure.
It's not about making my kids trust fund babies. It's about instilling in my kids to do in the community what their dad started, what I want them to continue, what I want my grandkids to continue.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, there's a lot of nasty in the world,
Sure.
and
Mm-hmm.
obviously no one person is ever going to change all of it.
No.
But if you can change 0.001% of it,
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
a start.
and that
It's like, it's,
0.001, you
it's
know,
like dropping a pebble off of a,
Yeah.
off of a snowbank, the mountains in Colorado, and it starts rolling and picking
Mhm.
up steam. I mean, it all starts with just
You know,
nothing,
and-
basically. So
you don't know who you're going to help. You know, you could help that one person that was what they needed. You know, you could
Yeah.
you know that one person can be like, hey, I don't have the money to afford a car seat, but
Yeah.
I've got extra groceries. Let me go feed someone today.
yeah,
And you know, you never know what you can start by just doing the smallest thing.
yeah,
You know, and so that's what I want to do. I want to use the coffee business to grow a community of people that just want to do the smallest thing.
yeah.
And that smallest thing it'll cause a ripple effect.
Well, that's
That-
kind of how we started, because you
You
showed
know?
up and with one small thing, you said, "Hey guys, we don't know each other, but here,
Yeah.
I got a bag of coffee. You guys
You know,
try it out."
And that was completely unplanned. I hadn't even really talked to anyone at that point.
No, you just come
I
up out
was-
of the blue.
Well, I was standing there by the fire, and
Yeah.
I was kind of off on my own back there. I didn't know anybody, and someone had said, "Oh, I forgot my coffee," or they'd said something, and I had a bag in my truck I was supposed to be giving to someone, and I hadn't seen them.
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, I'm 3 hours from home. I'll get another bag for them whenever I see them."
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think there's a bag in my truck, and it was underneath my overall bibs. I mean, it
Yeah.
was underneath all my warm clothing, and so I went back to the truck and started throwing stuff up in the seat, and I was like, there it is at the very bottom. And yeah, just, hey guys, my name's Thomas. This is my coffee business. It's been going for about a year. Just give this a try,
Yeah.
you know. And it's yeah, you know, that's the ultimate goal, I think, for the coffee business, is to provide for my children.
Yeah.
Now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now, provide for my grandchildren. Hopefully, it's a legacy that provides for generations.
Oh, absolutely.
But even if all of us end our lives, not end our lives, even if we live out our lives
Yeah.
in a single wide trailer, then we don't have anything extra, we don't have anything glamorous, anything above and beyond.
Yeah.
I hope we have it in our hearts to say, hey, I have the slightest bit more than you, let me help you out.
Yeah. No,
That's
exactly.
you know, that's, and if we can instill that into our children in our home, instill that into ourselves,
Yeah.
we can start instilling that into our neighborhoods,
Yeah.
and
World's gonna
then
be a
into
better
our
place.
cities.
Exactly.
And so I know I'll never change more than 0.00001% of the world.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
but if I can change
That.
my community just the slightest bit,
Yep. That's enough.
then that's it.
That's enough.
You know, I mean, that's if that's my legacy,
That's good enough.
that's my legacy. You know,
Nope. I agree.
I just don't want to raise a bunch of spoiled, rotten, mean, angry. I'm better than you children.
Yep.
And I mean, there's already a lot of that. I see it now. Caden wears Walmart shoes to school
Yep.
because, well, he's
So do my
he's
kids.
rough.
Yeah.
He wore a really nice pair of shoes out here camping. I didn't realize what he was wearing.
Yep.
They are 6 different shades of brown and mud's up to his knees right now.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's why we buy Walmart
Yeah,
shoes.
no,
you know?
absolutely. No.
And so I mean,
absolutely.
I experienced it going through school because I didn't have much, and you know, my kids have plenty. I just don't buy name brand because name brand gets ruined, the same cheap stuff gets ruined.
Exactly.
You know, and so I mean, my kids experience it, and if we can teach our children to look past the material side of things,
Yeah.
you know, I don't care if you're wearing rags. I don't care if you're
That don't
wearing
matter.
tethered shoes and your toes are hanging out.
Yep.
I want to know your character.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, I want to know who you are as a person.
Yeah. 100%.
And, you know, that's, if we just, and 50 years ago, that's all we cared about.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And it has changed
Yeah.
so much through media and so much through,
It has.
you know, social media and TV shows and the news. And we need to slow down. We need to take it back.
The more of that you get out here and get away from, actually, the better it is.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this whole community.
Yeah.
I mean, you meet a lot of people. I mean, this is our third polar bear, or mine. I know it's your second. This is my third. There's a lot of people that I hadn't met here. And there's a lot of people here that I do know, you know, but a lot of people here that I hadn't met that I've met this weekend. And so me, that's what it's really about. It's about getting out and meeting folks. So I do like that.
You know, and I mean, and so we came out here, the trailer has our coffee name on it, and of course we contacted Zach ahead of time about doing coffee for everyone
Yeah.
this morning. And so we came out here pretty much business minded. You know,
Sure.
we brought everything to provide coffee and the whole 9 yards, but we've been doing Polar Bear since before we had the coffee business. I think this is our 3rd year. We've never made a full season. We've never made all 4 in a year.
Okay.
But this is our 3rd year doing it.
Yeah.
And the first year we just made Brutus. The second year we made Arkansas out by Devil's Den, I think they called it.
I don't know. This is my first year.
Yeah,
Polar Bear,
I just
but I don't know where they had it.
but you know Arkansas.
Oh yeah, I know.
it's-
Where, yeah, Devil's
so
Knob.
yeah,
Devil's
so,
Knob, probably.
So we were out that direction down I guess south of Fayetteville.
Yeah.
And then this year this is my second one this year. We made
Yeah, we were in Eminence,
Eminence,
Missouri,
and then we're over here,
and then we're here. Yeah.
and then we will be at Brutus
Yeah.
next month as well.
Yep.
But no, it's yeah, this community is just bar none the best community I've been around.
It's been a lot of fun. It really has, and I love it. My wife's actually been involved. She's been to 2 of the 3 of
Yeah.
them. Was not expecting her to come this weekend, being Valentine's weekend.
Right.
I think she just didn't want to be away from me for Valentine's Day. No, not really, but.
Or she just didn't, or she just did not want you to run from her on
Well,
Valentine's
that
weekend.
may be it too. So,
cool
but
off a
anyway,
little bit.
yeah. Anyway, so we have been talking, doing a little back and forth on Instagram, and we do this one take coffee break.
Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook. We are on Facebook because that's where you sell.
Yeah.
That's where you
Well,
Grant Brothers.
So Grant Brothers actually sells off of our website, GrantBrothersCoffeeCompany.com.
Right.
But we do all of our promoting and everything through Facebook.
Right.
And if you go to our Facebook page, Grant Brothers Coffee Company,
It'll link.
you can link over to our
Right.
website as well.
Perfect. And yeah, and we've actually that's where I bought mine because I ended up, I don't know how I ended up with it, but I ended up with what was left of that bag that you gave us up there.
Which was absolutely funny because I remember Chris distinctly saying about a dozen times that night, That coffee's not yours, Jim.
Still right up in there because, and then I came home and ordered another bag,
Yep.
so I have another full bag at home. The problem is, and I own a semi. Everybody knows I own a semi truck, but I use K cups in the truck
Right.
because it's quick and easy, and I use K cups at home when I leave at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Really, the only place I grind coffee and cook ground coffee is here. And then this morning you come over with some cold brew that you made, and I ain't even made coffee. But yeah, I'm almost done with that bag, so I'm about ready to start the new bag.
Heck
But
yeah.
we have been talking about maybe Grant Brothers Coffee sponsoring the One Take Coffee Break.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And so we're going to be moving forward, starting with this coffee break here. We're going to start, and every time we put one of these out, it's going to be presented by Grant Brothers Coffee.
Awesome. I appreciate
And
that.
so,
And I would like to say also on a side note there, thank you thus far, because we haven't talked about this till recently.
no,
And so far, all of your One Take Coffee breaks have started with my coffee on the face of them. So
Yeah.
I've appreciated that since the first one I seen, and yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate that.
well, I mean, we just took a liking to you. Anybody that walks up and gives you a bag of fresh bean coffee, it has. I mean, that's there at the house. And
Yes,
that's actually
absolutely.
my coffee maker there, and I set it all up there and took that picture there. But yeah, no, and that's what I've been doing. But
Yeah, no, I do appreciate
because we know each other.
Yeah,
Look, you know what?
absolutely.
There's been coffees that I've drank over the years that I like. I mean, I do, but I don't know them people.
Right.
I don't know. That's what's nice about you. I would much rather buy from somebody like you that I know,
Yep.
and it's shop local basically.
Exactly. You know, and that's
Support the community that. And the fact that you're here, you give away, 100 cups of coffee this morning or
I
something?
brought everything to do 100 cups. I think we only ended up giving away probably 35.
Okay.
But I brought everything to do 100 cups. People just got excited with the trail rides, and not everyone knew we were up there. And
Yeah.
so just kind of miscommunication, mispurposed. If we're around long enough in the morning, I'll absolutely break it out again. I've got plenty of coffee to
that's
go,
awesome.
plenty of cups, and
Yep.
plenty of water, so
That
we can
would
do
be
it
awesome.
twice.
Yeah. But no, that is so I'm really excited about that eat all of these and that's going to be wonderful, and
Yeah.
I'm excited. I have been trying to promote ever since we met up there
And
what
you've
you're
done a
doing, because I'm
wonderful job.
but I believe in your product,
I appreciate
and
that.
as a person I like what you stand for, and I like how how you go about doing business, and then I just like the reasons why you're doing it.
Appreciate that.
I mean, it's not just you here trying to hustle coffee or give, you're here with your wife and your 2 boys. I mean,
And-
you got your family here
Yeah,
with
that
you.
was
And
that was a miscommunication coming out here too. We actually ended up running into Johnny with Zach up around
Yeah,
the corner
yeah.
a couple miles.
Yeah.
And he's seen my trailer, and he's like, well, that's just your camping trailer. And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, you can't sell coffee out of that. And I was like, well, I'm not selling coffee. I was like, I'm here to give coffee away.
Right.
He was like, what? I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. I was like, I'm here just to get my taste out there. And they thought I was bringing out like a whole coffee trailer and setting up
Yeah.
shop for the weekend. I was like,
Yeah.
no. I was like,
No.
I said, you guys said that, hey, there'll be coffee here Saturday morning. And
Yeah.
I texted and said, I want to be there for that.
Yeah.
So people were coming up there this morning. How much? Please enjoy it. Just
Yeah.
give me honest feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's the cost today. Is tell me if you love it or hate it.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, that just and that's one thing that in November when I first met you guys, Amy was asking about buying coffee then, and I was like, oh, I don't have any coffee with me.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, well, I can't buy it if you don't have it. And I was like,
It's
well,
true.
I didn't come here to sell. I came here to camp and enjoy myself.
Right.
You
right.
know, and that's still going to be.
But you still
the
sold
going
quite
rate.
a bit of coffee when we got home from
You
that,
guys,
didn't you?
I got home Monday, and I got home Sunday night, and you guys bought me completely out of stock in like 3 hours.
There's some coffee drinkers in this group.
I didn't even have the website going at that time because I was making no sales, and it was just costing me $50 a month or something. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just not going to do this.
Yeah.
And I got home and I paid for the coffee, which put me back in the negative for the week.
Yeah.
And I texted Amy directly because she was the one who inquired about it, and I said, hey, the website's back up. Here it is. And I think I made a post, and Amy shared it, and
Yeah.
we took Caden out to Brahms. I think we can't remember why. I think I got a good letter. I got a letter in the mail talking about Caden's being super good in school and a good friend and a good leader, and he wanted ice cream, so I took him to Brahms.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're sitting there, and I was like, "Hey, we got an order," like my phone lit. "Hey, I got an order," and we're sitting there, and like, "Hey, we got an order. Hey, we got an order," and I was like, "Oh my goodness, we sold more coffee in the last 10 minutes we have in the last year."
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys really showed up and showed out for me after that last camp, and
Yeah.
I did bring coffee this time because I was sponsoring it. I brought whole bean coffee as well,
Yeah.
and I've sold a good portion of it. I do have some light roast or some breakfast blend left.
Okay, I'll buy some of them.
Okay, and I took.
Chris, some. I know you were going to try it. I knew that.
I had a bag that was mislabeled, and I can't sell it like that, so I drop it off with Chris and Amy so that we can make it up tonight.
Perfect.
And fire starters. We also make fire starters.
Yeah, and I'm out of them too. And I did a short on them.
Yeah.
And they were, and matter of fact, 2 weekends ago when we were in the Washdots, I used the rest of them then to actually get the fire going. Those things are
Well,
awesome.
I've got several of them here as well.
I need to get some of them from you.
And that's not all waste off of my coffee. We do put beeswax into it as well.
Yeah.
But it's coffee chafe, which is just the paper that comes off of the green unroasted bean before you roast it.
Yeah.
It's just coffee chafe, and beeswax.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, what I noticed was it doesn't smell like coffee at all.
Isn't that weird?
I know it. I even said so. I was with Cam Davis on KLR, and I'm like, look at this, man. It don't even smell like coffee. That's the first thing I did. I was with Kathy's cousin's husband, and we were on my back deck, and I'm like, I'm just gonna film this. See, he says it lasts about 10 minutes. Let's see, And I lit it. We were sitting there. I'm like, dude, this don't even smell like. He said that was the first thing he said I did. It don't even smell like coffee.
Yeah, I was laughing.
If you can
about
figure out
that
how to
whenever
make
you
it smell
said
like
that.
coffee, that would be awesome.
Well, so we've kind of messed around with that a little bit, trying to make it all happen, kind of incorporating some of our wasted grounds into it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't burn as long with the wasted grounds because the
Oh.
grounds don't burn
Yeah.
that well. So it
Yeah,
just kind of
that makes
smothers
sense.
everything around it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It did give the coffee aroma, but it burnt for a fraction of the time.
Yeah.
So whenever we did this, and bless Kaylee's heart, Kaylee likes baking, and I like wrecking everything I touch.
Right. Yeah.
So whenever we did this, I was looking around the kitchen for something I could try different, mixtures with, and
Yeah.
75% wax, 25% chafe, and vice versa, and 50-50. And then I threw some coffee grounds into the mix. So, I mean, whenever we first did this, I probably burnt 16 different fire starters of different mixtures.
To try
And I
to-
had my phone sitting there, and I lit them all at the same time. And whenever one burnt out, I'd hit the
Timer.
lap button.
Yeah.
I kept track of everything, and they were all numbered.
Yeah.
So I'd hit the lap button, and then on my notepad I'd write, number 3 burnt, or whatever.
Yeah.
Kaylee loves baking.
Yeah.
And I was looking around for something in the kitchen that'd be uniform to hold everything in. And poor old Kaylee, she had this really, really pretty muffin tin. She had this really pretty miniature muffin tin.
Oh no.
And I said, I'm not going to ruin this. And I put miniature cupcake papers in there to pour the wax on,
Yeah.
thinking this will be stellar. It'll work
Yeah.
out great.
Yeah.
The hot wax bled through all of them, all over the paper,
Oh,
stuck
no.
to the pan.
Oh no.
I think it finally came clean. I think I still bought a new one, but I think it
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
came clean.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, she was like, "This better work out because you're ruining my stuff." So she has
That sounds like something my wife would say.
put up with a ton of
That's
randomness in the process of this.
No, that's cool.
It's
No,
been
it's- well, I love it. Well, I think we're gonna, because we actually are missing dinner.
Yeah.
Chris is over there, and we have hibachi going over there.
absolutely,
But I want to thank you, Thomas, for sponsoring.
yeah, absolutely.
You know,
And
the
you know,
One
and-
Take Coffee Break.
there again, like I said earlier, thank you for putting us on the face of it every time this far, and
Oh no, absolutely.
thank you for supporting the
Well, now we're
business
gonna
from-
blow it up. It'll be a little more official, and we'll get it in there a
Sounds
little
great.
better. And nope, it's a pleasure to meet you, and your family, and
Absolutely, you guys
and your
have done-
coffee's amazing, and your fire starters are amazing. And
I appreciate
before you
that.
leave, I need to get some more coffee and some more fire starters.
Yeah, I've got all
And,
the above.
Yep, we'll get choked up. Anyway, thank you guys for joining, and we will see you in a couple of weeks on the next one on this. So,
Absolutely.
y'all have a good evening, Thomas.
Yep.
Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.